Hey, y'all. Welcome in. I do want to remind everybody that comes in and is here, and thank you for being here tonight, that we do have a family member on panel of Christopher. He's also known as Topher Avery. He's missing out of North Carolina, and I think my headphones are glitchy. I'm going to take these out. Unmute. There we go. Can you still hear me? Perfect. All right, let me turn up. All right. So welcome in, everybody. Hello, Dandelions. Thank you for coming in. What's going on with my headphones? So we're going to leave those off because it's making it glitchy, and I don't like glitchy. So today we are going to speak about Christopher Avery, and I feel like it's important to get his face out there and his name. So we want to make sure that we welcome his family member and be respectful in chat. I did message Jody, so hopefully she'll be able to join us, and we should be ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and pull his flyer up so we can see his flyer that has his information on it. And Miss Jasmine, you've got the floor.
Hey everyone, I thank you for forwarding my brother's information to the streaming channel. Um, it's been a really rocky journey the past couple of weeks. As of right now, we really don't have any leads. There aren't any tips that are rolling in. That's kind of stopped within this last week. So it's just like we're kind of floating in a way. Christopher went missing on July the 19th, and no one has seemed to have heard anything, or no real information has, come forward. The police officer that, took on the case originally, I believe they work 3 on and 4 off. So when he is out of the office, I don't think anyone is really taking care of the case. And, when they do come in to follow up on, leads or tips, they're 12-hour leads. So by the time they go to investigate it, you know, I think it's just a dead end at this point. But my family and I, we've been, just really hopeful, that he will come back home. This is very out of his character. Um, I don't know. I don't really, know what else to say. Um, his his friends, and he's got a lot of people that care about him, and his friends have really, showed up for our family, and they, helped pass out flyers. So we've really been doing a lot of the legwork between Winston-Salem and the Greensboro area. So we're just trying to stay hopeful and positive that he'll come home soon.
Yeah. And that's what we do. We want to get his face out there. We want to get his name out there. So if you guys are in, the Carolinas, if you're in anywhere in the United States, please share his name. Please share his case. Very important. A lot of these times, this is something that we normally see is families boots on the ground doing the legwork. He's a father, and you don't have to say her name because it's YouTube and people are, some people are very savage, so we don't want to put anything out there that we don't publicly know. But he is a father, guys, a brother, a son, and his family just wants to be able to bring him home. So we always say, if you see something, say something. I appreciate everybody for coming in and hearing, being here to hear his story tonight and understand how important it is to get his face out there and get his name out there, because we know that law enforcement, they do what they can, but said whenever they've got these shifts that are offset like that, it's hard to keep a detective involved or keep law enforcement involved. So you end up with a lot of family and friends boots on the ground, and that is amazing that you've got his friends that are there. That's great. This support team is always important. And guys, I'm going to throw up on the bottom of the screen. This is his description of what he was last wearing. He was last seen wearing a black T-shirt with the logo on the back. Do we know what the logo was?
No, I believe it might have been a Client Pint logo. That's his place of employment. So
Okay.
it might be Client Pint on the back.
Okay, he also had on khaki. It said pants, but I believe it was shorts in the surveillance. The
Yes, that was
surveillance. So I do need to update that. I will update that. And then you guys see the numbers on the screen. This is Winston-Salem area, but as you guys know, anywhere on the coast, it could be anywhere. And you never know, we never know. We never want to assume what happened. We just want to bring him home. So if you have any information, you can reach the police at 336-773-7700. We've got Crime Stoppers at 366-727-2800. And then the text to tip program, guys, I really felt like it was important to include this. It is 336-276-1717, which allows you to submit an anonymous text tip. You can also submit images to this number as well. So the smallest tip, even though you may not think it's important, it could be very important to his case. So if you think you have something, it's always better to go ahead and speak up. See something, say something. So we always want to make sure that we're remembering to do that in these cases. I did have a clip that I have put together of some of his information. Let me take this banner down. Of course, and then this is the flyer that I had made for him with, a couple of different photos from what's being used. This is a photo, and I can't pause these because we know how the slides work, guys. But this is the surveillance photo. He was last seen. And I believe these are shorts. It may be pants, either way, they're khaki. So keep your eyes open. It's always important to share their names and share their faces. We just want to bring them home. So have you guys had search parties?
Yeah, we actually did like a small search party in Greensboro, North Carolina. That's about give or take 40 minutes outside of Winston-Salem where we live. We did receive a tip earlier that week that there was someone, that resembled him in Greensboro. So we did go and uh, towards the downtown area, just to, touch base with some of the businesses and local bars in that area to pass out flyers. And there were several people in one of the local parks downtown Greensboro that said that they felt as though they saw him in the area. So of course, we did give that information to, the police officers to maybe go and pull footage from, the park cameras. But we really haven't received any information as of last Friday regarding, if they were able to do that. So we're just kind of waiting to see. The officer that is in charge of the case, he did issue paperwork to pull his phone records. Um, so hopefully, we'll get that information back. That way they can ping his phone to kind of determine his last location. And I feel like I've been praying about that. So I'm hoping that we'll get some, relief this coming week. That way that can give us like a good indicator of whether or not, if he was in Winston-Salem or, King or, the surrounding area.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Phone pings are a great thing, especially if they can pull any kind of data from them. Any kind of data gives them a better idea of where to start looking, where, you know what I mean? We might know which the surveillance footage is great that they have him on surveillance footage, because a lot of times we don't even get that in these cases. You would be surprised. Sometimes we might get ring camera footage, but surveillance footage, that's phenomenal to have. Let's see, we've got Karen Lee says, appreciate you having Jasmine on the live. You're very welcome, Karen. Alex Eric is amazing. Thank you so much for coming in, Alex. I know you're a busy lady. Alex does great work. She does a lot of great work with missing, true crime, just all around awesome person. Does he know anyone in the Charlotte area?
Yes, he actually has a couple of buddies that live in Charlotte. I'm not sure if they live near like the Uptown Charlotte area, but I do remember he would frequent that area a lot.
Okay.
And my father actually lives in Mount Holly. That's a few minutes outside of Charlotte, and they've been looking down there as well and spreading the word in hopes, someone might know something.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome, guys. And I apologize about this the mic static. I took my headphones out. I'm not sure what's going on with my laptop here. I don't know what's going. I don't know where the static's coming from. So I apologize, guys. Sorry for anybody with earbuds in. I'd take them out and listen on your speaker for tonight because I don't know what's going on. But I don't want to fool with it a whole lot because we all know StreamYard's temperamental. So I don't want to end up ending the live by accident. Is there anything that we that you feel like that people should know about him? Does he have hobbies? Does he what does he enjoy doing?
He's a people person. He never meets a stranger, and he's he's just a ball of joy. He's That's just him. He has so much love and so much joy. Um, and I do want to let everyone know that if you see him, please help him. You won't you won't be in any danger. He's not that type of person. If anything, he would add light to your life. Just please help him. There's so many people who love him and who need him to come back home, and I that's just it. We really need him to come back home. He's a father, and he loves his daughter so much. And when his daughter is one, and when he found out, that she was coming, it really took a toll on his life, and helped him, like, it add purpose back to his life. And that's why this is just so hard for me, because just to see how much he's changed since his daughter was born, I I just can't believe that all this is happening, and that could just be taken away from him. So please just help us get him back home. There's so many people who love him, and we just need him. And I really appreciate everyone who's been praying for us, and everyone who's been interceding and helping us with just the heavy load that our family has been carrying over the last 2 weeks. I never thought we would be in a situation like this, but there's one thing that stands out to me. God told me that He was going to send help my way. And this was a month before this situation happened, and I never knew what that meant. But I'm seeing the fruits of what God spoke to me in that season. And He's sending so many people to help us bring Christopher back home. And that's what's keeping me going. And I know that's what's keeping Christopher alive. We may not know where he is, but I feel like he's still here with us, and I feel like he's okay. And I have faith that God is going to bring him back home to us. And I just want to thank everyone who's played a role in this, and just the kindness that everyone has extended, and the grace and the mercy that everyone has extended. It really means a lot to us.
Yeah, and you have to keep your faith and just keep your head up and know that there's good people here and we're here to help you. And I mean, if you need anything at all, you have my messenger and I will give you my personal number, and that way, you're welcome to call me anytime.
Thank you.
I'll message you my personal number and you're able to message me, call me anytime if I don't immediately respond. Um I will get back to you. I will get back to you as quick as I can. I do have a lot going on right now, but this is not a hobby, it's a passion, guys. These are families. This is a real dad, a real brother. This is his sister on panel here, telling us his story and inviting us into her life and her evening. So all we ask is, just share his face, share his poster if you see him. Like she said, he's a friendly person that's he's not going to be harmful. We just want to bring him home. He's got family that loves him, and that's the important thing, is just getting his face out there, getting his name out there, and let's be a team and let's bring him home. All right, so we got some more in chat here. All right, Karen Lee is a local. She said she's standing with you. Jasmine and Christopher will be home soon, and that's the positivity that we want to keep. We want to keep that positivity rolling. We want to keep those positive vibes. We're going to bring him home. We never give up. This community, we do not give up. We're there till the end. Far Q, thank you so much. That's one of my mods for being a member, and she just woke up. We had some more comments here that I wanted to grab. Where did they go? See, this is what StreamYard does to me. Here it is, right here. This is the one. All right. Okay, that's good to know about Charlotte. Do you think he could go as far as Mount Airy in Statesville? And sorry if I chop that up.
That's okay. Um, as far as Mount Airy goes, I could see that being a possibility. We did receive information that there was a possible sighting in King, North Carolina, and that's fairly close to Mount Airy. But as far as Statesville goes, I'm not too sure. I don't know if he knows anyone in that area.
Okay. All right. And then we had another comment. Where did it go? Right. I don't like this new update, so I apologize. It's normally I'm on top of this. Let's see. She said she's in Triad, AK Winston-Salem, in Greensboro and High Point area. Karen, if you could grab my community wall, if you can grab this flyer and share it out, we would greatly, greatly appreciate you. Let's see. Everybody's just saying hi. So welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. She said, okay, that's helpful. Awesome. Let's go ahead and pull that up. So she said that's helpful. Yes, definitely. His posters should be on my community wall, and I'll go ahead and make sure that I drop the fresh posters on there today and make sure that they're still in the algorithm so we can make sure his face stays out there. He's also on Twitter and on my Facebook. So if you're unable to find the flyers, just message me, comment on a video, and I will get you a flyer the best way I can. Oh, see, I didn't even realize this is who we have in chat. I'm so used to you being the last show. So Karen is actually the beautiful human being that brought me Chris's name and asked me to do the original flyer that I did for him. And she has been doing amazing work. And the mic static's mine. I am so sorry about that, guys.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Karen. Our family really does appreciate help in this situation.
Yes, thank you, Karen. You did amazing work on getting his awareness flyer. The Awareness Foundation does some great work. They do things by the book, and I love that they do things by the book. So they're amazing. But yeah, she's been great about push, and getting that flyer. And it's a task to get a flyer from these bigger missing communities because their credibility is there, and that's the wonderful thing about them is they're credible. They do the background work. And Karen, we did discuss going ahead and getting a billboard up in his area. So we want to go, we got thumbs up to go ahead and get started. And if you want to contact Vern, I can contact Vern and we can both make sure that, he knows that we've got family on board. And we'll get Jasmine in contact with Vern because I speak with Vern on practically a daily basis, but he will want to speak with you. That's just how he does things. It's family contact first, and then he'll go from there. He'll create a beautiful billboard. He'll send it to you, get approval, find out where they are in your area. So that way he can, and I mean, he tries to pick prime locations. So it's Sharon's Karen, and we'll get his face out there. We'll get his name out there, and we'll do what we can. Like Jasmine was telling us, he has a 1-year-old little daughter, and I know I'm a daughter, and I love my daddy, and I don't know, I would want my daddy around as well. So please, guys, share his name, share his face, and let's do what we can. Let's do what we do. Let's get him out there and get his face out there. Let's bring him home. It's so important that our missing is brought home because as we know, as we see in a lot of these cases, our law enforcement, they're understaffed and they're doing what they can. You have families that are boots on the ground, and it really makes it hard. Okay, Jasmine, I'm going to boot myself out for 2 seconds, and I'm going to come back in and see if that doesn't help my audio, okay? I will run his video so you don't feel like you're just up there by yourself on panel because it'll take me a second to get back in. All right, guys, is that better?
Yeah.
Ah, perfect. Wonderful. The crackly was just, well, it's still doing crackly. I'm not sure what's going on. I need to switch over to Matt. That's one thing that I need to do, but I've got a lot going on. So, and this isn't about me, it's about you, but I'll switch over to the MacBook. And that way, if we meet again, we do this again, it won't be glitchy and have audio issues in it. So thank you guys for being patient with the audio issues. I know that a lot of us wear headphones and earbuds, and it's kind of a, yes, is he a NamUs? Do you know if he has a NamUs?
I'm not exactly sure what that is.
It's the National Missing and Unidentified Persons.
Okay.
It's a system that they use. I will get you some. I will do that in the background. I'll get you. And no, that's not his link. That's just the NamUs link. My Nightbot or FarQ will drop random links in the chat. There will be helpful links that you may be able to use. That we only drop credible channels in the chat. But I will in the background. I'll definitely get with you and get you the information on how to contact NamUs. And what they'll do is you'll submit like his description, a recent photo, any pertinent information, and then they usually ask for some kind of DNA if you have like they'll go through all that with you. They'll go through all the steps with you and get you all set up for get him a NamUs, and they'll give him a NamUs number, and that number will stay with him until he's found. And what it does is say he's missing out of North Carolina. Well, if he ends up here in Florida, and picked up by law enforcement or whatever the case may be, that way they know who he is. And the important thing about that is we never know, especially with a case like this where it's out of character for him. We don't know what happened. We weren't there. So if he had a mental episode or something, we never know what's going on in somebody's head. So that way we can make sure that he's in that system as well. We'll work on getting him a billboard. I'll get you the information on getting him on NamUs. That'll be amazing. We can go ahead and get that. Let me see if I don't know what's going on with my audio. I'm so sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm so sorry about my audio. Usually I'm all set up, but I'm not at home and I'm not plugged into the landline either. So that makes it a little fun too. Is there anything else that you feel is important that we need to get out there about Chris? He does go by Topher too, guys.
Yes, he does.
Right.
Or he'll go by Black sometimes. But I really want to thank you all for everything that you're doing to help us. I want to thank you for taking time to meet with me and getting his name and face out there so we can bring him home. And I just ask that everyone please just keep us in your prayers. That's going to be the key in this whole thing. We have to just keep praying and come into agreement with the fact that he's going to come home.
Yes, that's our end goal, is to bring him home.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure. Thank you so much for coming up. And I don't want to run you off by any means, but we want to make sure that the live kind of stays short enough so that way people actually watch it, because a lot of people are just they'll click through, and we don't want to, if you do, a lot of creators like to do 2 or 3 hour lives, and I would love to keep you for 2 or 3 hours, but they won't watch it if it's 2 or 3 hours. So we want to be able to make sure that, with my audio issues, that they'll stay long enough to hear his name, see his story. If you see something, say something. If you know anything, please say something. So let's see if we have any questions in chat. Let's see. Mama Bear, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in. All right, let's see here. Is he a skater, referencing to the patch on his book bag? Karen's asking.
Yes, he is.
Okay, that's good to know. Does he carry a board with him?
No, he doesn't. It's been quite a while. That's something that he used to be really involved in during middle school and high school.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah. That's awesome. Yes, thank you, ma'am. So FarQ is my number one A1. Love her as a mod. She's in Australia, so she just woke up. I sent her a message and was like, "Get over here, please. Come be with us." So where would he like to hang out? And she wants to know his interest.
So he likes live music. So anything, outdoorsy, is, something he's interested in. He does frequent, like the bars. He works in the downtown area, so bars or like dive bars or anything like that. Anything like in the downtown area of the city. That's really where we've been looking.
Okay. All right. And as she said, for those of y'all that are coming in, she did. There's been some tips that's come through, but there's some issues with some shift things. So as of right now, we really don't have any kind of updates. He's just missing. And please, if you see him, call one of the numbers on your screen, or as I always say, call 911. Don't look for this live. Don't look for a photo. Don't look for the poster. I'm not saying not to share them, but if you see him, call 911. 911 will get you to the people you need.
Yeah.
All right, guys, did we have any other questions or anything? Yes, he does have a phone, and Sparky asked, does he have a phone? Yes, he does have a phone, and Jasmine has worked with law enforcement, and they are working on pinging his phone.
Yeah.
And then Trade Street area, I would think I'm familiar with that. Thanks, Jasmine. So that's good. So Karen has been an amazing warrior advocate for in the background, getting his flyer up there. And thank you for coming in here in the live today. It's important, to have everybody we can here in the podcast, so that way we can make sure that his face gets out there. Say his name. Share his face. This is so important. And as a community, this is what we want to do. We want to get his name out there, get his face out there. And you see this beautiful woman on panel here. She's been on the news. He's got coworkers that have been on the news. This man is so loved.
Yeah. Thank you.
And he's got such a pretty smile.
He does. He does. I wish you could meet him in person. He's a blessing. He just has so much joy, so much light inside of him.
Girl, I'm right here on the coast, so we never give up, and we'll, I would be honored at the chance to come up the coast and meet him in person. That'd give me a reason to come to the Carolinas. I'll sneak right up there. Yes, Mama Bear, I will pull a picture back up of him. Absolutely, absolutely. We can pull up his flyer, or I have some pictures that I did share that I grabbed from Facebook. So let me go ahead and grab one of those. And I have the video that I put together. We'll pull that up while I'm looking for the photo, a good clear photo. Let's see. I think this is a good one. All right, there's a photo of him. And then I will pull up this photo. And it's a really good, I don't think it is. It may have been a selfie, and I cut little Madam out of it just because we don't show the little people on YouTube. It's not that I didn't love her beautiful little face, and if it wasn't for YouTube, I would have put the whole photo. But for her protection, I did go ahead and remove her from the photo. But this is his face, guys. He's a beautiful human being. Look at that big smile. Big smile. There's a picture. All right. Did you guys have any other questions? His hair, right. I love his hair. And you guys know, I got the curly mess on lockdown. It's just all in a bun because I'm telling you, Florida, I think the good Lord needs to turn the AC on because it is way too hot down here this year. I am sweating like crazy. Went to get footage of a billboard today. And y'all, I'll be honest, I didn't even get out of the car. Like I stood by the car and did it because the AC was still blowing through the car. I was good with that, but while it was sitting there still waiting for the billboard to flip over. He's, as she said, Jasmine said, and you guys that are coming in late, thank you for being here. She said he's a light. He's a great person to be around. He smiles and very energetic and positive person. Happy person. And let's see. Oh, there's Arctic. So Arctic Fox, he is an amazing creator. Arctic does a lot for the missing.
And if Arctic doesn't have a video for Christopher, I can guarantee after this live he will have a video on Arctic's channel. And Arctic has, I'm growing. Arctic's, he's got a good amount of subs, and he gets a good amount of views as well. So as long as we can share and get his face out there as much as we can. Thank you so much, Arctic, for coming in. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, it's my laptop. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I don't know if it's too hot because I don't have my fan under it. I'm not landlined in either. So I apologize for the technical difficulties, but life happens live. It always does. And it's usually when it's been crazy, 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 and it's been crazy today. So it's very unfortunate. Yes, and Arctic is quick with videos and he does amazing work. Arctic is very credible and he won't put out anything that is like any kind of drama rumors or anything like that. You don't have to worry about that getting mixed into it. We're very straightforward. We don't do drama. We don't do any of that mess. So he may have already done it. It looks like he may have already done one and I may have missed it. So he's quick about it. So it's possible that he's already got him a video up. Does anybody else have any questions or anything? Jasmine, was there anything else that you want to share with us tonight?
No, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate this.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Absolutely my pleasure. Like I said, this is a passion. I mean, it's something that I came into several years ago and just absolutely grabbed a hold of my heart, and being able to help families has become it's become a part of my life. It's become a part of who I am. So it's a passion to be able to help families and do what we can. But guys, we're going to go ahead and end the live here at 32 minutes. So that way we don't make it too terribly long, since people, we don't want to make it where people will not come in to see it. As I said, grab a space, grab a poster. If you see something, say something. Remember, it takes a village to raise a child, and never give up. Jasmine, if you want to stay backstage, I am going to go ahead and end the live, and that way it'll be just me and you hanging out.
Thank you.